Hello, it's springtime now, and well, flea season is well underway because yesterday I was giving our chair dog Monty Bubbles a flea bath. And as you would know, I guess they think I'm pretty sweet too. This is Not a Spring Chick with Oldecam for OFN with comments on the headlines of today. Pakistan's newly elected civilian government to negotiate with militants.
Meaning sooner than later, Al-Qaeda is going to have not only nuclear weapons, but nuclear weapons attached to missiles that can be fired at us.
U.S.-Russia deal possible on missile plan.
Well, that's because they know that the Pakistanis are going to have militants with nuclear weapons, so therefore the Russians want their butts protected now.
An Obama-Bloomberg ticket?
That doesn't make much sense because Bloomberg is a capitalist and Mr. Obama doesn't believe in capitalism.
Yeah, that sounds like an oddity. Li Ka-shing, UPS Facebook stake to $120 million.
It's another example that nobody has actually figured out how to make money off the internet. They just keep borrowing money.
Obama would have left if Wright stayed.
Well, that's what he said on The View, but nobody buys that whatsoever because he's changed his statement 3 times in the last 3 weeks.
You know, I was just curious about The View. It's like, how could someone, what is it, not be your mentor, but be your spiritual advisor?
I know, and he wrote a book based upon things that the man said, so.
It's a little confusing to me. FDA probes Merck drug of possible suicides.
Well, it's got to do, the problem is that X amount of people are going to suffer X amount of bad results from any disease put out, which is no reason to pull something that treats most of the people.
Pennsylvania judge sentences 3 to learn English.
Which means that judge is on his way to a jail cell.
North Korea blasts U.S. delays in nuke dispute.
Meaning we haven't increased the offer of money for them not to make the nuclear missiles.
California lowers auto emissions rule.
They figured out that nobody has any money to buy the cars that they've mandated, so therefore, you know, if they want to keep the automobile industry going in California, don't put those rules in.
Clinton, Obama predict eventual unity.
Yeah, it's sort of like oil and water. It's not going to happen.
That crow. The crow's serenading though. Warming affects trees, streams, and west.
Well, it always does. I mean, that's called spring.
French recording may be world's first.
Yeah, and then there's a Russian recording that may be world's first, an Italian recording that may be world's first. Anything to belittle Thomas Edison's accomplishment.
Comcast to stop hampering file sharing.
At least they're not going to get caught doing it next time.
Growth in Google's click-through rate has nearly ground to a halt.
Meaning the huge Google is no longer making money, which is sort of amazing. They have said that they can't make money off the internet now either.
And how in the world did that happen? Isn't that how everyone was making their money?
That's how they're making their money, but people simply are no longer clicking the ads that they put up, so that Google has no source of income coming in as a result.
It's amazing. Gossip websites denies wrongdoing.
Well, in effect, they're not doing anything wrong, but other people using the site are.
EU threatens ban on Italian mozzarella.
Well, it just got dioxin in it, which is deadly, but that's not important.
So why would more flights canceled for inspection?
Yeah, but don't worry though. They're going to let the planes fly anyway because they figure it's too much inconvenience of passengers. But I would think, you know, killing 300 passengers would be far more inconvenient than actually checking all the planes out.
Cherry blossoms in Japan signal spring.
Here they call it global warming. Texan
faces charges over snake vodka.
I don't know why anybody would put baby rattlesnakes in bottles of vodka. I mean, it's an Asian thing, but still. I mean, I won't drink tequila with a worm in it.
I don't know, maybe it's like, you know, the tequila worm thing. Playboy to launch in Philippines. Eyes mature dads.
Yeah, I mean, watch Filipino television, you'll see it's not as Catholic as what they try to make it out to be.
Yeah. Parties differ on whom economic aid should help.
Okay. The Democrats want to help the people that aren't making the money, and the Republicans want to help the people that are making the money, so the Democrats in Congress can then give it to the people that aren't making the money.
Clinton risks credibility gap over fudged claims. dance dances.
It just means Hillary is just like the guy. She lies about everything in her life. I mean, didn't she realize that at one time I captured 5,000 Vietnamese soldiers single-handedly without one bullet in my gun, brought them back, and became the greatest hero of the Vietnam War?
But don't people expect that of politicians anyway?
You mean politicians lie?
Oh my gosh. North Carolina can change race dynamic.
Yeah, basically Hillary looks like she's going to take another major state from Obama, especially one that Obama was going to win.
What was once valued at $1 billion has been sold for $61 million.
The head of Bear Stearns is basically busted.
Uh-oh. Stop Loss, another film condemning the war in Iraq.
I mean, they, at least in all the other wars, they waited till the wars were over to condemn all the people in the military. Now they're condemning them while the war is going on.
Church newsletters fuel controversy over Obama's former pastor.
Yeah, the gentleman he's printing off anti-Jewish things for Arab groups.
What?
Yeah, that's the latest. You know, he's a supporter of Hamas over the Zionist pigs of Israel.
The disgraced former New York governor has been linked to a second prostitution ring.
I mean, the guy wasn't as big a square as people thought he was, obviously.
304,000 inmates eligible for deportation.
Yeah, but they won't be because Mexico doesn't want them back. That's why they're here.
And we get to pay for them?
That's right.
Oh, man. Regulatory rethink.
Yeah. Okay, we need more regulations on all of the people that are making money in this country so that the people that aren't making money won't be punished by the losses that the companies are making money because no one can afford to buy anything. Makes sense, doesn't it?
Of course. Fed faces zero interest rate policy risk from economy.
Well, yeah, if nobody can make any money off of any money they're loaning, that's sort of a big risk.
Senator Barack Obama called Thursday for tighter regulation of mortgage lenders, banks, and other financial institutions.
And they're looking at Bloomberg as a vice president?
Florida, Michigan mess. Live with it and learn.
Meaning the Obama supporters saying that they should be seated but not allowed to vote so that they can learn the value of doing what you're told to do, which that's not, you know, what Obama says, which he believes in the people.
Amazing. Senator Bill Nelson on Thursday proposed an overhaul of U.S. presidential election laws.
Basically, it's the Obama line of thought that whomever is actually leading in delegates or votes, you know, but mostly at the moment because it's Obama in delegates, that person should be the automatic nominee of a party. Conventions were held so that nominees could be, you know, chosen there. Now, Mr. Nelson, like a lot of the Democrats, wants the nominee chosen long before the election, before the party held its convention now.
Then what's the reason for the convention?
There isn't any reason for a convention.
Senator calls for sweeping election overhaul. Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's what
That's
Mr.
what we're
Nelson,
talking about, yep. A Monty Bubbleism from the Mark Twain and the Animal Kingdom.
Today, you know, well-loved sports figures, entertainers, politicians, and people in public life can have everything that they have done in life that has been good destroyed by one simple misspoken word.